Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home Flint Marko, aka Sandman, and this is obviously his look from No Way Home, not his look from Spider-Man 3, but I do hope that we get that at some point because I would love to have, a full sand-looking Sandman and then normal Sandman for two reasons. One, because that would just be cool, and for him to use that as a sand construct. I don't know. What are Sandman's things called when he does them? Because my brain just goes to Green Lantern and constructs. But I really want to I'm going to spoil that for this whole review, that I do like this figure because, it's Sandman. It's cool to have. But this figure is so versatile because, if I bring in the comic book Sandman, right? They're not the same color, but if you wanted to, you could use this Sandman as a construct for this comic Sandman, which also brings into the main reason why I want several of this guy. I am currently in the process of making a Mafex Spider-Man PS5 custom, and I want to use multiple of this Sandman as the Sandmen, I guess, that you fight in the game, because that would just be so cool for photography, and especially because, let's get into what he comes with. So you can see he's got a pair of fists on here right now. All of these are individually sculpted. This figure is 100% brand new sculpt. He comes with a pair of sort of gripping, I was going to say relaxed, but they're more gripping hands. Let's see if I can get this to focus real quick. There we go. You can see the sand texture on them and all that stuff. It's all over the figure. It looks great. He's got, grip hands, which is pretty cool. But he also comes with two sets of grip hands that are big Sandman hands. So they just port through here, slide over the wrists, and I'll show you guys that here in a second, but I'm going to show you the other one first. Because imagine having, like I was saying with this, the video game stuff, imagine having a bunch of these Sandmans, and then you could just have a bunch of hands coming out of the ground, like grabbing Peter or something. That would be really cool. Or Miles, because I also have a Mafex Miles that I will be showing you guys sometime soon. We'll see. Probably once I get Peter finished, then I'll show them both off. But the process of switching out the arms is very simple. You just got to pop the hand off, and then you can either do it with the little, cup on, or you can do it and the hand attached, or you can just do one at a time. They are marked left and right, just so you know, but they just slide on very easily, and then you just slide the hand through. It'll go into the peg hole, and boom, there you go. You got a big old sand hand coming at you. And one thing that is really cool, it is unfortunate, like I was saying, and I showed you guys before, that comic Sandman, it is a different color, but you can swap out his sand parts, which is really cool. And then you got the fist on here too, which I honestly don't think, especially if you get it in the right lighting, it's not bad. I don't think that it's bad just as is. And especially because, sand can be different colors than that. Look at how Sandman looks on this. He's got a little bit of dirt and grime on him. This could be fresh sand or something if you wanted to do that. But I really like that they are interchangeable. But that's all that he comes with, and I feel like that's no slouch. He honestly could have just come with a pair of fists and then these big hands, and they could have called it a day. But I'm really glad that they had him come with the grip hands, because I feel like that was something that they didn't have to do, and I appreciate that they did. Detail-wise, I feel like this looks exactly like Thomas Hayden Church, especially at this angle right here. I think this is perfect. They did such a good job. God, this looks so good. Seeing this figure and how good this figure is, I really want a Spider-Man 3 version of him in the classic comic suit and all that. Which you probably could just put this head sculpt on there and stuff, or you could buy a third-party head sculpt, but I want an official one, Because I would love to get a whole Raimi wave with a Venom, a symbiote Spidey, which would be super easy because all they'd have to do is repaint Toby. But they could easily give us one, and it would be awesome. Like I was saying before, there are some different brown spots and different colors throughout the figure, just to kind of give him a little bit more depth, so he's not just one solid color. They even did it on the back as well. He's got the sand crack going on there. His feet also have a little bit of a thickness to them in terms of the sand kind of propping him up, and him kind of forming, which I think it does double duty here because it just looks nice. It's a nice detail, but I think it also helps with the stability. If you have both of these hands on, it would obviously make him a little bit top heavy and forward heavy, just because of the fact that his hands are bigger and that's a lot of plastic going on. So I think that it would hold him up a little bit better than if he were to not have those. So that's pretty cool. Now, as for articulation, his articulation's a little strange. I don't hate it. I don't I actually quite like it, but I feel like it's kind of jarring for him to just have the diaphragm joint here and then nothing right here. It just kind of looks very plain in his lower midsection. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. But his head is on a double ball peg or dumbbell, whatever you want to call it. So it can go up that far, which is pretty good. I think that's pretty solid. Can go down, not very far, unfortunately, but that's, you know, you're not really going to have him looking down that much, probably. His head can, you know, rotate, tilt, all that good stuff. Give him a little bit of attitude going on. His shoulders go up that far. They rotate all the way around, of course. He's got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go up all the way, which is really nice. All of his sets of hands have up or back and forth hinges, even the big ones, which is really nice. And then as for the articulation, we'll show you guys that on this too. You don't have to worry about the swivel or anything like that because you can actually rotate the entirety of this as well if it is catching for whatever reason. So that is something to note. Like I said, he has the diaphragm joint, so his torso can go that far forward. Not too much, but it's not bad. Can go that far back, which is not great. Tilt, rotation, all that good stuff. Thankfully, it's not stuck like it is on Andrew, so that's really good. His legs go out that far, which is pretty good. Can go that far forward and that far back. He's got thigh swivel. Double jointed knees that go up that far, which you actually probably could get more, honestly. They go up that far, which you could probably fudge and get a little bit farther. There you go. Yeah, you can have him kick his own sand ass. He has no boot swivel or calf swivel or anything, but his feet can go back that far, up that far, and ankle pivot. And now onto some size comparisons. Here he is next to the Amazing Spider-Man from this wave, and then the 3-pack version of Tobey, because I don't have the unmasked Tobey just yet, hoping that by the time this video goes up, I do have it, though. But these three look great. I love having Tobey with Sandman. This looks so cool. Having these two, Goblin, I know that they're in their No Way Home looks, but I don't care. It still just tickles that nostalgia fancy for me, you know what I mean? It's so awesome to have these. It's so awesome. And then real quick, before I take the Legends Tobey away, here he is next to the Figure Arts Tobey as well, so you can kind of get a sense of how the three of these look together and see if you want to get the Legends one or if you want to get the Figure Arts one. I personally think they're both worth it, especially after doing the mods that I did to this Tobey, because I did pretty much the same thing that I did for Andrew. I actually don't think I did anything to the torso, but I definitely modified his legs to make the detents not as tight, and I squished the head in a little bit because that was the biggest proportion issue for me, is his face was real flat. But Figure Arts, we'll talk about that figure in the top 10. Let's just say that. We'll talk about the Figure Arts figure. I almost wish that they had swapped the colors for Andrew and Tobey, Legends-wise, because I feel like that would have been more accurate. And then here he is next to the final swing suit from Legends for Tom, and then the Mafex Ben Reilly Spider-Man. And I think these work together as well. I would love to see, you know, Tom in his classic suit fight Sandman again. I don't know. I mean, I want to see Tom in this suit fight everybody again, just because I like the No Way Home suit grew on me, you know, with like the integrated suit and that. It grew on me after watching that movie and all that stuff. But this suit is perfection. I want this suit to never change in any way, and I want them to just keep this forever. Overall, I really enjoy this figure. As I said, I want to get multiple of this for Spider-Man PS5 purposes, for comic purposes. There's so many cool ideas that I have that can be done with Sandman, and I feel like Sandman is a very underappreciated Spider-Man villain, even though he got, you know, his own movie with Spider-Man 3, although it was kind of quote-unquote ruined by Venom. But that, and then he had a big part in No Way Home. I feel like he just doesn't get enough credit for being as cool as he is, and like conceptually at least. So I'm gonna have so much fun with this figure and photography and stuff like that once I get more of this guy. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. See ya.